why the suburbs are killing America. That doesn't really make sense. How could the suburbs be killing America? I can't even possibilize that situation right there. This guy must be clickbaiting me. Let's figure this out.
The suburbs. The United States is a country of suburbs, and though it's home to many iconic cities, more than half of its population live in the outskirts that surround major cities.
Like, the suburbs is barely the outskirts anymore, bro. Suburbs low-key, like, it's starting to become the main attraction, I ain't gonna lie. The suburbs, that's like, it's lit over here, you feel me?
Even the quote-unquote American dream with its single-family home, white picket fence, and nice front lawn is at its core suburbia. However, suburbia isn't the picturesque model that we all assume it to be. It's a practice of building that's not only destructive to the ecosystem, but to the American psyche as well, and might actually be a Ponzi scheme. This is how the suburbs are slowly destroying America.
Okay, they're destroying the environment because we're building it on the environment. Boy, that means I'm gonna say something intellectual so I can add to this video here. I think we should destroy more Earth to have more homes because, bro, at some point you gotta wonder, is this our God-given right? Or are we harming the planet? Yeah, that was smart.
As of 2025, roughly 55% of Americans lived in suburbs. While people do find it more difficult to buy new homes, the demand for them has never been higher. Around 1.5 million.
That's because all the billionaires, new smart idea come in there. All the billionaires are buying all the land. You feel me? So they're jocking up the prices so you have to become a rental. I learned this through Too Smiley and Netspend on TikTok. I didn't know this before, but they just put me on free game. So the big dogs, they buying all the land and the houses, and then they're forcing us to become renters instead of property owners because that gives them more money. And you know, capitalism, dude. Oh, another smart idea coming through. Is capitalism even bad? Ooh, good idea, good idea. To elaborate on that, individual capitalism low-key good. Yes, because we want phones, we all have the dream to be rich, bro. If you took a person who even claims capitalism is bad and they never want to be rich, and you gave them the life of a rich person for a week or even a month, and then you took them back to their regular life, I promise you they're gonna bug up and want to go back to being rich. So individual capitalism low-key fire. But it's like when you get to the big dogs, you feel me, the billionaire, trillionaire people who are in the corporations who already have too much money, and then they just like, they greedy, like they keep digging in your pocket. Like, you already took the money, bro. Stop digging in my pocket. Damn, what you digging in my pocket for, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like the gas people. The gas don't even gotta go up as much as it's going up. You feel me? I heard that we have enough gas to not be jocking up the prices, but they gonna jock up the prices because they see an opportunity to dig deeper in our pockets. Bro, our pockets almost got a hole in them at this point. You feel me? You digging so hard, your grip crazy. You feel me? You gotta leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? It's another smart idea by me. You know what I'm saying? So facts. More thoughts with me. Yeah.
New homes were constructed in 2025, and experts predict even more will be built this year. The suburban life really seems to still be alive and well. But what are the suburbs? Well, basically, it's what the name suggests. They are areas that lay on the outskirts of town. Think of them as the buffer zone between the dense city zones and the sparse rural zones. To understand just why they're so bad, we need to understand how they started. Now, suburbs have been around for a long time, thousands of years in fact. Modern suburbs are, however...
Hey, how's the wife and kids, Steven? You know they're good, man. Woo! The suburbs, America's dream.
Very new. After World War II, the modern suburb was born out of a desperate need for housing for returning soldiers. Developers started mass-producing homes like products on an assembly line, building thousands of nearly identical houses at incredible speeds. New government programs and low-interest loans made it cheaper for families to buy these suburban houses than to rent in the city. As more people bought cars and the government built massive new highways, living far away from work became the new standard for the American middle class.
But now there's work in the burbs. Nobody thought about that. Yeah. So burbs ain't really killing America. It's actually saving America, bro. Cause now we all Burbians. You feel me? We all Burbians, but we not really. My camera want to freeze when I'm spoken smart. I start spoken smart, and then my camera gonna be like, hell nah. Xi Jinping wanna silence me. Okay. Wait till I pull out a bazooka. Matter of fact, I don't even need no bazooka, bro. I'm gonna eat a pill, right? And it's gonna detonate when I take a doodoo. So I'm gonna fly over there, Xi Jinping. I'm gonna take a doodoo in your toilet, and we all gonna detonate, and it's gonna be doodoo on the walls and everything else. Facts. You wanna keep playing with me? That's hey. Oh, that's how you coming? Take one to the brain. In GTA, of course, man. In GTA. Okay, we're back. I don't know how long, but.
And this gave rise to the American dream. This idea of owning a home with a garage with your wife and your two kids, this notion has been ingrained in so much media that when we look at a suburban home, it's unmistakably American.
Wow.
However, the suburbs of America are a strange thing when you think about it, and it's unusually only American.
Okay, let me think about it. Why would the suburbs be a strange thing? People get to live in houses. They own their own house. They have a bunch of neighbors and all that they frequent this a building community. How could this be possibly bad or strange?
When you compare single-family home development between the States and other parts of the world, you see a stark contrast. Take Europe, for example. Looking at these two neighborhoods, you immediately notice the difference. For one, the streets are pretty narrow, they're pretty straight, and there are these things called trees.
Trees? We have trees? Bro, we have... that's a whole family of trees back there. You got 1, 2, 3 trees. You got, you got all the emo trees, the antisocial trees in Europe, you know what I'm saying? But we got the family of trees, the gang trees. These trees jump your ass. You saying we call that the woods. Yeah, the woods. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They don't got that over there. They don't got no woods.
That American suburbs severely lack. It's not just Europe,
Bro, nigga, you see, my brother, do you see all these trees? I look outside my window. Tree.
See, the way development is done in areas that are neither rural or urban is pretty much the same around the world. The neighborhoods are people-centric instead of car-centric.
Yeah.
Basic amenities are available in less than a 5-minute walk. However,
hold on, I see what they're saying. Strange because it's only houses and stuff like that, but they got the stores within them. And it's like walking distance in the UK. I mean, okay, I get that now, my friend.
However, thanks to zoning laws, this is not possible in the States.
Yeah.
In order to access anything, you need a car, or pay someone with a car to bring it to you. Now, besides transit, suburbs are also extremely environmentally costly. Take a look at these maps, for instance. It shows the carbon emissions for the city of Chicago. Now, this one looks like what you would expect. The city produces way more emissions than the surroundings. However, this isn't the full picture. Since more people live in cities, the total emissions are obviously higher. But if instead you just show the emissions per household, the map completely flips. And this is the case
but that's
with
in the city you live in an apartment, dude. How you gonna have more emissions? Oh, I know. That's not his point. His point is about stores. Oh, I thought I could beat the game, try to be smarter than him.
Anywhere else. Suburban zones produce much higher carbon emissions than their downtown counterparts. Suburbs are also much less friendly to the ecology than cities. While they may look green, suburban sprawl takes up so much space that means more paved land for housing and even more paved land to support the paved land for housing. This sprawl ends up devouring the local environment. Take a city like Orlando, Florida, for example, one of the most notorious examples of this exact thing. The entire place is just one big megalopolis that has over time eroded away at the natural landscape. Whereas a city like New York may be huge in population but makes up for it by being so dense. It actually saves its natural surrounding landscape from further development. Even
What? New York City? You talking about New York City, man? You tripping? It ain't no trees in New York City. Look, it's a bunch of it's concrete trees, bro. It's the concrete jungle. It ain't no
Dense, it
trees.
actually saves
Look,
its natural
natural resources.
surrounding
I don't see
landscape
nothing.
from further development. Even worse than its environmental impact is the social impact of suburbs. Americans are lonely. In fact, people in the States are facing a growing loneliness epidemic. They feel less community and social interaction than ever before, or at least some parts of America are. You see, in researching this problem more, it seems to be more
Oh, I'm least lonely. No, me, man. You know me. I'll be chilling.
evident in certain states over others. Mainly, the places with the most suburbs have a correlation with how isolated people feel.
Yeah.
Why does this isolation happen? It's a byproduct of the third
Man, that's actually trash. They used to all just be Earth. Damn.
place, or rather, the lack of one. You see, in a
Well, we have 300 million people though, so like we need the Earth to start becoming our house. You feel me? We do need more shelters. You know what I'm saying? More mansions for more people. You know what I'm saying? We
functional
gotta do this, bro,
society, you
unfortunately.
have the first place, or the home, the second place, or the work, and the third place, which can be a cafe, the library, or the plaza. In the American suburb, the third place has been zoned out of existence. When you can't walk into a corner store
So wait, workhouse, workhouse. There is no third place. Third place is in the house on the game or on the phone. You feel me? On the net. That's the third place. We on the net with it. You know what I'm saying? But like, is that really lonely though? Like, if you got three kittens on a Discord call, y'all sleeping together, like, is that ain't really that bad, man. That ain't really that bad, man.
or bump into a neighbor on a sidewalk because there are no sidewalks, your only social interaction becomes a scheduled, curated event. You don't encounter people anymore, you visit them. This friction creates a wall of loneliness that no amount of square footage can fix. But the most shocking part isn't just that suburbs are lonely or greenhouse gas factories, it's that they are fiscally unsustainable. Enter the suburban Ponzi scheme. Most people assume that because property taxes in these suburbs are high, they must be covering the cost of the neighborhood. But the math doesn't add up. Think about the sheer amount of infrastructure required for one suburban cul-de-sac. Miles of asphalt, water pipes, sewage lines, and electric grids, all to save maybe 20 houses. In a dense city block, 100 feet of pipe might serve 200 people. In a suburb, the same 100 feet might serve 2. Cities often find that tax revenue from these low-density neighborhoods doesn't even come close to covering the long-term maintenance costs of the infrastructure supporting them. So how do towns pay for it when the roads start to crumble 20 years later? Well, they expand. They bring in new developers to build new subdivisions, using the immediate impact fees and new tax revenue from that project to pay off the debts of the old one. Basically, to pay off the maintenance of the current suburbs, you need to build more of them so that the government can give you the funds.
So this is just like a debt scheme type stuff? Damn. We gotta get on that, boy. I wonder how much. That's why they buy all the homes and nobody else, no regular person could buy a home, because the rich people realize they could just scam the government, which is technically scamming the regular taxpayer for more money. And we not even doing this. We gotta catch up, bro. We gotta catch up. We playing the wrong game, bro. We gotta look up and catch up.
A cycle that you
I don't know how
need
we
to
gonna do it. Though. I don't know how we gonna do it. We might have to sell our souls or something. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, me personally. So somebody gonna have to take the fall. One of y'all is gonna have to do it, unfortunately, for the greater good of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? If you care about our well-being, you gotta go meet Leonardo. You feel me?
continue, otherwise your town goes broke. This is, in essence, a Ponzi scheme. So what can actually be done? Well, simply enough, we can look to the places that have made suburbs work. Within countries like the Netherlands, their communities work so well because they prioritize mixed-use development and multimodal transit. Instead of strictly separating residential and commercial zones, the Dutch planning
residential, feel like presidential. Look at by my wrist, I got the AP. The people trying to talk, but they can hang with me. I got the grub, I got the cheese. What are you trying to say, boy? Get rough from me. I can't have no rats telling on my telling on my low. She trying to tell up on my place. The police after me. I'm trying to really do the race. You see what I got? Yeah, I really got that K. I let off 100 shots, man. You really do that? Do the what? Do the race from the K? No, wait. I was trying to, let off the shots, make you do the race, but I already said race. But like, what else am I gonna tell you? Because then I was gonna talk about track meets, but me, I'm not no
allows
athlete.
for human-scale
Next.
neighborhoods, where
Right back in my
cafes,
cap.
groceries, and services are nestled right among the housing. This eliminates the need for a car for every basic errand and naturally fosters those third places that we talked about. Furthermore, by increasing density, even slightly, they ensure that the tax revenue generated by a single street is more than enough to maintain the pipes and pavement underneath it. Ultimately, the American suburb as it exists today is a beautiful facade resting on a crumbling foundation.
Hey, but guess what?
have built
Guess what? When the American suburban infrastructure crumbles, my people had nothing to do with it. Feel me? Me and my people, we had nothing to do with it. You feel me? So we're not gonna take the fall. You know what I'm saying? We gonna live in the woods and all that. Me and my people, we gonna live in the woods. We gonna start. We gonna paint ourselves with tiger stripes, and we gonna go out there. We gonna be hunting. You feel me? The deer got that. The bears, it ain't nothing to tussle with a bear, bro. Got that. You know what I'm saying? The bear ain't never met my hands. The bear think he's strong until he meet a real strong man.
a world that is environmentally
Yeah, I
taxing,
got something for the
socially
bear.
isolating, and financially insolvent, all in a pursuit of a 1950s ideal that no longer fits the reality of the 21st century. By loosening restrictive zoning laws, investing in public transit, and embracing the density that creates true community, we can transform our sprawling outskirts into vibrant, sustainable neighborhoods. We can continue to pave over our future to pay for the past, or we can start building the places where the white picket fence doesn't have to be a barrier to the rest of the world.
Facts. My name is Spider-Man, and you're watching Disney Channel.